Welcome back to Firearms, Fuel, and Fabrication. Today, we're going to check out tumbling media. Alright, we got this media here from Southern Shine Tumblers, and I picked it up because those of you that tumble with a rotary tumbler, a wet tumbler, you got these big pins, and you grab a piece of brass. Something I've run into with the big pins, what's nice about it is it doesn't get hung up in flash holes. What is not so nice though, especially in 300 Blackout, okay? See the size of the case, size of the pins, and I don't know how well this comes out on camera. Let me grab one of these pins. But I've had problems with these pins actually getting caught up down inside the case. Well, there, I just dropped one in just like that. Down inside the case sideways and getting stuck in there. So, it's my only complaint about the pins that came with it. The reason we're trying out the Southern Shine Tumblers media here is it's shaped quite a bit different. Okay, it's a small granule-like, almost looks kind of like walnut hull, but in stainless. Does look to be big enough that I shouldn't have any issues with flash hole issues, but that remains to be seen. We're going to run it through some tests, tumble a bunch of stuff. Now, a couple things I want to point out that they do flat out state, okay? This obviously comes from some kind of machine process, and this is the bits left over from going through some kind of nibbling machine. But there's pieces of high carbon steel in here which does make rust, but they said after you run the media so many times, I mean the steel will pulverize itself. It'll rust, turn into rust a few times and pulverize away. So we're gonna look for that. The other thing they do, and that they actually say, pieces of carbon steel for machine changeover which can produce rust will not affect brass. After some use, carbon steel will disintegrate and the rust will be gone. They also recommend you wash the media before initial use to remove oils from manufacturing processes. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to start by putting it in the tumbler. I'm just going to run it through the tumbler to clean it up. I already got water in here ready to go. What we're going to do is a squeeze of Dawn. small dash of Let Me Shine. And we will cut this open. And here's what the media looks like. So it's kind of big, chunky, little granules. But I'm gonna run them through a few cycles through this to get them cleaned up. Once we get it cleaned up, we'll start tumbling stuff. See how it turns out. Okay, tumbled my first batch of brass after I cleaned it up. And we'll focus in. Did a really good job. Cleaned them up real good. I mean, they're really clean. Now I have not knocked the primers out of these. I run them through for a first clean. And can't get that in focus on me. But I have not knocked the primers out yet. I run them through and cleaned them. There's my nickel. She did a good job on the nickel and it did not destroy the nickel or scratch it up. So pretty good there. Here's the media. The media looks really good. This has been sitting for a little over a day. And I'm just getting a rust spot here and there after the initial clean. And after the initial cleanup, and running one batch, it's not showing a lot of signs of any of the carbon steel anymore. Separating it is, it's a little tricky separating it, but I don't have running water up here in my shop yet. So what I do is fill up my tumbler, or my media separator with water, and put the lid on and just rotate until it separates. Rinse everything real good, but looking good so far. I'm going to get a bunch of this deprimed, run it through again, look at the primer pockets. I didn't have any sticking in the primer pockets of this stuff. And we'll do another batch. I got some 300 Blackout here where I run it suppressed. It's pretty grungy. 5.56, some of it I run suppressed. It's a little bit grungy, but we'll get those run. Check it out. So far, working pretty good. 300 Blackout's the true test because it cleans my 300 Blackout real well. I don't have it getting stuck in the neck anymore. I'll be good. I'll highly recommend it. So, more to come. Okay, I just tumbled some 300 Blackout, and I'll tell you what, I'll be honest, this is how I separate the media. This is the best way I've found. I use a media separator. I rinse it out in the drum and rinse it with water real good a few times, get all the soap suds out. Then I fill this with water to where it partially submerges, and with it full of water I just roll it around and As you can see, it cleans them out pretty good. And anybody tells you the brass does not get shiny in wet tumble, that is some pretty shiny, clean brass. I mean, them pockets, them primer pockets look brand new. I am not seeing any media stuck in these pockets at all. None whatsoever. Very, very good. So, no stuck media. It's doing an excellent job cleaning. I mean, look how shiny this brass is. So, Southern Shine tumbling media. I gotta say, you know, I've run it through, and just like they said, you know, say they immediately put disclaimers right up the bat on their website or on their page and let you know way ahead of time. The rust, after I run a couple rounds of tumbling, because I mean I tumbled a bunch of 9mm, and look at that 9mm. I mean, look at how shiny that stuff is. Just does an excellent job. It's not getting hung up in my primer pockets. Let's focus back in here. My fingers are wet and I'm touching the camera's touch screen. There we go. Get my hands off that touch screen there. But yeah. So they give you full disclaimers. After a couple times I quit seeing rust in the media, which they flat out say whenever you get it. I tumbled with the Frankfort Arsenal there, and I am impressed. I'm gonna tell you, you know, I mean, I like my steel pins, but like I said, the problem with steel pins, especially the 300 Blackout and 30 calibers, they would get hung up in the neck, and I would have to sit there and just absolutely check every piece over very critically to make sure I didn't have anything stuck in. I'm sure one of those would do a wonderful job to a barrel. If you had a steel pin inside a case and shot it out your barrel, I'm sure that would bore the gun really good. But so, and it is magnetic. You can still pick it up with your transfer magnet. Yeah, but that concludes it. Southern Shine. I definitely say it's worth it. It's good stuff. I'm going to be ordering more. I mean, that's the proof. That's everything straight out of the tumbler. And you can see down in here. So I get my hand down in there. There's the little pieces right there. It just does an incredible job. Definitely a good job. Well worth it. I know they're a small company. Hopefully this gets to enough people. Helps them out some. That's it for this episode of Firearms, Fuel, and Fabrication. If you guys like what you've seen, share the video, like, subscribe, tell your friends. You know, I'm just sharing my hobby with you guys. So, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.